She's deciding.
Yes. Hello.
Hi.
I didn't know you hit record.
I just hit record. You said deciding, and I was like, blink. Hello, and welcome to episode 107.
Take two.
Because I'm using the Partner in Crime's laptop, which has been repurposed as Sadie's laptop. Actually, when he started it, now it says Sadie, thanks to his dad.
Nice.
And he didn't warn me that it overheats, and it overheated and shut down. And I would have known if it were mine, but I didn't know it. We were almost done recording an entire episode. It was 45 minutes long, by the way, and kapoof. So here's episode 107, take 2. I will do the advisory I did on the first one. I am Blue Ruin on Ravelry. We shoot stars on Plurk. This is Becca, formerly of the Knit Bites podcast. Now it's a blog, which is at knitbites.wordpress.com.
Yep. She's Pinfish on Plurk, by
She's
the way.
Pinfish on Plurk. She's Bika on Ravelry.
Different names everywhere, because I'm a huge jerk.
So am I. Yeah. And the Yarnivore, which you're watching, can be found at sadieruin.wordpress.com because Yarnivore was taken. And you should join the Yarnivorous group because we're going to have prizes.
Woo, prizes!
You have one more week. Well, not exactly a week. I don't know. Should I give them a full week? Because I said I'd cut it off on May 1st, and May 1st is the middle of the week. Should I give them until Saturday?
I would say give them until Saturday, because just until you record.
I am going to give you until Saturday at midnight or Sunday, first thing when I wake up. Either way. Do it Saturday, and then you don't have to remember. To post in the Favorite Moments thread. And if you post in the Favorite Moments thread, I will be drawing for prizes, which I will now get out. And they're at the bottom because everything is disheveled. And there will be no flaccid jokes. Sorry. You missed out on those. We have no finished objects, which is why I'm moving straight into this. And for the prizes,
finished objects.
Yeah, you have. Well, we have spinning. We have spinning.
Yes.
And had you been watching the original take, which you do not get to watch, you would have seen Becca finish her spinning and then wind it and count it. And there was a hunt for the scissors, which were, by the way, behind the computer, which is all kind of tangentially related to this now. And so here's one of the prizes. Oh, it's Morning Mist. It's the puke one.
No, it was farts.
Farts. We were talking about ridiculously named colorways and trying to describe them.
And ridiculously named paint colors. And my friend is painting her kitchen Morning Breeze, which is this pale blue-green. And she said it was the color of... It sounded like farts. Yeah, so it would be Morning Farts.
And no one ever calls, like, paint colors, like, fart or dysentery or urinary tract infection, which is what I think all shades of yellow and pink should be.
Especially if it's a yellowish pink.
By the way, explicit tag, urinary tract infection. Just saying. So there are 6 prizes you can win if you post your favorite moment. So far, a lot of people's favorite moments are Becca. So hey, you're scoring. The other big favorite is Petrie, who is currently crashed out in front of a sunny window.
However, if I'm your least favorite moment, too bad.
Suck it.
Deal with it.
Suck it. I don't know what you should suck, but I will find something for you to suck that is highly unpleasant. Maybe a loofah.
That would be unpleasant.
We'll see. I was going to say a lemon, but some people might enjoy that.
I like lemons.
Exactly. So, a loofah. You would suck a used, dirty loofah.
Ew, that's super gross.
Exactly.
So you should probably like me or something.
Our first colorway is Morning Mist, which has nothing to do with puke or fart. It's actually a gorgeous color.
Very good people.
By Highland Handmaids. It's in the
really
sugar
pretty.
maple sock. It's 425 yards, 75% superwash wool, 25% nylon. This is going to be a weird podcast, no matter what we do.
Well, we're loopy now. Been recording
it's
for like
true.
a million years. A million years.
A million. Now I have something to pound on. Awesome.
Yay.
So this is gorgeous shades of a very light mint green. I'm sure if you've seen this on Heather, she's described it far better because she actually knows the color wheel and how to do stuff like that. But personally, I'm just like, this is green. This is yellow. This is blue. So it's a very pale, variegated color. But you know what? It would be good for knitting either the toe up Don't Cage Me Ins or the top down Level Up socks, should you choose. I'm shocked you haven't gotten the Level Up socks yet, because they're the Level Up socks.
Yeah, I plan to. But I have so many socks on the go right now that I just haven't even been touching that I have not been planning more sock projects.
And I will add, since I just showed Highland Handmaids and I am her bitch, there's my explicit tag. If I was worried about getting it, there it is now.
You're in your tract infection.
That's not explicit. Yet. The Highland Handmaids group went over 1,000, and if you aren't a member, you should go join, because there is a thread on how to get free shipping if you order over $50, and that's international as well. So if you're in Canada or the UK or what have you, you're all good. You just have to order $50 worth of stuff, and quite frankly, that's not hard. And it's a lot at Heather's shop, because her sock yarns are very reasonably priced, as is her lace weight, and her fiber is insane. Because you can get a 4-ounce braid of fiber for like $12.
Something like that, yeah.
So you can really stock up at Heather's shop, and $50 free shipping. Just saying. Go to her group, find the coupon code. She said we could spread it around, but I can't remember what it is, and I don't want the computer shut off again. There is a skein of Vesper in the Autumn Sky colorway, which is reds, which are looking a bit orange in here, and they are at times, but so be it. And browns, and a gorgeous blue, which is an aqua. I think I called it a teal previously. I'm smartening up, see? A Notions pouch with the gorgeous little sheepies from Zigzag Stitches. It's got polka dots on the inside. It's really hot. And Becca's spinning over here if you're wondering what she's doing.
If you can hear the rattling sound, sorry, this bobbin rattles, and I tried to oil it, and it's not helping. So, hopefully it's not too loud.
It shouldn't be.
It's pretty quiet.
There's also a fan going, because now Partner in Crime came in and put it on a fan thing. So if the fan's loud, I'm sorry.
But we really don't want it to shut off again, so...
suck it up.
Deal with it. That's going to be the theme of this episode. Deal with it.
That's the title. There you go.
Yay!
Deal with it. And watch. Half the people won't watch it because I called it Deal With It.
Shades on.
The F word is probably the lowest watched episode I have. Because I titled it The F Word. I also... sorry, I'm wavering, and I'm not a shy waverer person. That just means I need water. Because it's warm here. It's really warm, and I shut the windows so the AC will kick in. But literally the only reason I'm wearing this cardigan is so you don't get like total bra strap and like booby cleavage.
Total bra strap. Sounds like Total Recall. Summer's new hot action movie, Total Bra Strap.
And there's a little bit of arm fat you could be getting here too. I'm just saving you from an unpleasant view. That's what I'm doing while maintaining some semblance of chill. And last week, because I didn't record last week because Mom was here, I got a package in the mail from Sheep Dreamery, who's Kelly. She has a podcast, she has group, she has Nancy's store. Just saying. She sent us the Chop Tank. Chop Tank is her worsted weight. In the first Iris colorway, it is 218 yards of the Superwash Merino 4-ply. It's blues. This is more of a greeny yellow down here, up in this grill. And then there's some like... Here is kind of like an orangey yellow, and then you've got some pinkies, and this is more purple blue than purple.
It really looks like an iris, like really a lot.
And that will be coming with, she sent me one, and you will get the Crua.
It's an iris.
Kushhook. Here, try and say that. Just give it to me. Try and say that. Just try. It's not going to happen. But that works well with a variegated yarn, and it calls for Chop Tank. So, hey, you're lucky. Now, I'm pretty sure... See, originally I thought it was, like, Scottish. But then I read the little thingy, and it clearly says that it's Irish. So, Kelly from Sheep Dreamery. Yeah. She must be Irish. I believe she is part Irish, or she married an Irishman. There's something Irish in her family, but I honestly thought that Charming Loki would know how to say it because she's Scottish.
She might.
And she very well may, because she's a very educated woman and a very smart woman, and I love watching her podcast because it usually makes me want to read books.
Oh, but tell them what it means.
It means
because that's really cool.
Oh, yeah. She has a little summary of what it means, and hopefully I'm not impinging on the pattern here. It's an old Irish word with positive connotations meaning tough and hardy, and would refer to somebody who had the capacity to withstand, to endure, to take punishment, and to keep going, i.e. a survivor. The H added at the end comes for feminine words? Okay, so like when Russians add the A to the last name for women, the H connotates a feminine meaning. Okay. It's a pretty simple looking cowl, but it's a great effect. Like, I mean, it looks like it would not be, like, you don't, it's not the In Dreams mystery shawl. That's not what it is. And the last prize, which I got from Little Sheep and the Big Wool, because I bought 3 and I gave 1 to Becca, and I've already said that, and I feel like I'm repeating myself.
Because you are. But they didn't see the first part. So.
Is these cute little stitch markers. There's a timepiece, and then there's coordinating colors. I don't know how many are in here, and I'm not going to count them, so suck that up.
Deal with
it! Deal with it. I wish there was a song called Deal With It.
I should have brought my sunglasses.
There's Get Over It by OK Go, but it is not our music of the week. Our music of the week, you may know.
Oh, yes.
That was actually what I got for part of my birthday gift from Partner in Crime. He gave me that CD.
Nice. You guys have to wait to find out what it is.
I told him it was very self-serving because he loves musicals.
Ha! Hint.
What?
You just hinted at what it is.
I'm sorry, it's a musical. I'm sure Steven will be happy. Aw, they don't get the In Dreams mystery shawl. Steven rant about chiagus. Let's just say, Steven, I don't like chiagus.
And neither do I.
And you recommended them, so I'm blaming you. I'm blaming you with my love, though, because I love you.
Love blame.
Love blame. Love blame. It's like a love blame. I just don't like the cable, but we'll get into that later. So, works in progress. Becca brought none.
Nope.
Because she's spinning like a mad fiend.
Yep.
She just literally finished something and she started something else.
And you don't get to see what I'm working on. It's a big fat secret, so...
Ha! You can see it in mid-May.
Yep. I'll bring it back.
She will. Because I'm making her. And in my Zigzag Stitches bag, which would match the Notions pouch, she actually sent that to go with the thing, and I was like, I'll give it away. So I have Notions pouches. Like, I have 3. I have the one that Becky made us.
Oh, yeah, me too. I keep all my stitch markers in it.
That's where I keep mine. But then I got too many stitch markers, so I had to separate them out so that one keeps the big stitch markers. And the littler stitch markers are kept in a Girl Cave bag ones I got from Poor Kitties of I. Anywho, tangent. Working on the Mary socks. And I am at the point where I will heel flap. That's right, heel flap time. Forgot to put my ring on today. No, I'm not engaged. I just forgot to put my ring on.
I never take mine off. Mostly because my engagement ring is still a little bit small.
I was wearing my grandmother's ring.
You can get it off, but...
He did get me a ring set, and it's being sized, so it should come in this week. I'm getting married. Just like to say to everyone who said I would never be marriageable because I got a giant chest tattoo.
Who the heck would say... What?
Oh, you wouldn't be surprised, dear. Canada's like the conservative little sister of the United States. And she's horribly socialist. So, aside from the fact that I've got knitting needles going every which way here, I decided that this was enough repeats. It says to go between 7 and 9 inches. I have 8. And I always have to stop at the end of a repeat. Unless it tells me otherwise, because I'm neurotic like that. And that way I never have to remember what row I'm on after I've done the heel flap and turn.
Yeah, that's why I do it too. Just so that the other one ends up the same. Unless I'm doing them 2 at once, of course.
It's turning out gorgeously. I'm loving the easygoing nature of the pattern.
I quite like that pattern.
I am doing it out of Soft Like Kitten's hand-dyed yarn in the double helix sock base, which is 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 100 grams. 100 grams. Go to softlikeKitten.com. And this is the weathered denim colorway. Previously, I had instructed you that a shop is currently closed because everything is at a fiber show. However, it should be back up by middle of the first week of May, which will also be this week. So really, kind of null and void.
Give it a couple days.
Give it a couple days. If you want weathered denim and you're worried, like if you see this colorway and you think, oh my god, I need that because that is the perfect mix of blue and gray, because it really is, and you can't think of anything else you want in your whole entire life, send her a PM. She'll put one aside for you, or she'll dye one up for you. She's really good like that. And she said she would on her podcast, so I'm not really being evil. Which reminds me, Kiwis. All three of you that watch. Actually, there isn't more. I have a stats thing. It tells me where everybody watches from. Kiwis, congratulations. May all of your marriages be plentiful and gay.
And the French people. They legalized it too.
Did they legalize at the same time as the Kiwis?
This week. This past week.
Way to go, French. You're not as good as the Canadian French. Canadian French legalized way before you did. And I don't know why, because they're hardcore Catholics. But there you have it. Montreal just wanted to be evil, so I love Montreal. Never been, but I love Montreal in theory. They gave me poutine, and forever I shall be grateful. Can't have poutine till after the wedding. Because if I have poutine, it's a slippery slope. Down the slope. Poutine every day. And they don't sell poutine here. If you're in Canada, they sell poutine everywhere. Here, they sell like chili cheese fries.
Well, you can get poutine at the State Fair, but that's once a year.
So. Seriously? You deep fry cheese curds and you serve them with the dipping sauce, but you won't put them on the fries and throw some gravy on that shit.
Nope. Well, no, actually, there is one place that you can get it. It's up by my house. So we should go there at some point. It's probably not as good as real Canadian poutine, but it's poutine. They don't call it that, they call it disco fries, but whatever, it's poutine.
Disco fries?
Yes.
I am amazed at how weird I get looked at occasionally when I ask for gravy for my fries. Because you guys don't do fries and gravy. Whereas that is a staple in Canada. You can go to any restaurant and on the side order.
Than ketchup and fries. Way better.
And on the sides in the menu it'll say fries and gravy. That's always an option. It's like for that picky child you have, they will always eat fries and gravy. And it depends on if the gravy's good, because Canadians are connoisseurs of gravy because we're weird like that. We don't use the jar of gravy I've seen here. That kind of freaks me out.
Oh, that's not even as bad as the packets of powdered stuff that you...
Oh, so you put the packet of powder in with the drippings, and then you get your roux base together.
To do it with water here.
And you got your flour.
It's ridiculous. I make it out of the drippings with just flour.
I'm Canadian, I'm sorry. Having said that, you can get fries and gravy at IKEA, and they don't actually look at you that oddly. Because they usually have mashed potatoes, and I was like, can I have fries? Can you put some gravy on that? And they were like, yeah, sure. And I was like, yes! Because we were at Buffalo Wild Wings one time, and I said, can I have gravy with that? And he was like, what?
Do they even have gravy at Buffalo Wild Wings?
They serve gravy on things.
Oh, okay. I've only been there once, and I got wings, so...
I was like, seriously, you have gravy, but you won't put it in your fries? I really want to go there again,
and I'm just like, I don't know if I can right now, but...
Their pulled pork is amazing.
I should try it. I love pulled pork.
FYI. I love a good pulled pork. So, and the other thing I'm working on is my In Dreams mystery shop, which is out of Highland Handmaids in the black cherry lace, in the blue lobster colorway, which I am told has flecks of red. I think I found one. Heather's like, when the dye breaks, it does create flecks of... I'm like, looking for it. I think I had one in the last skein. I started the second skein, which made me squee with joy because I knew I was getting close to the end, and I am getting tired of talking so much. Although I don't talk very much during the week, so this makes up for it. The lifeline you can see here is from where chart 7 and 8 ended and chart 9 started. Chart 9 is the last chart. However, it is the most heavily beaded. I am going to be getting up to 200 beads per row, and the stitches between the beads will decrease.
Yay!
I have 12 rows left. Now, the only reason so much of this shawl got done is because prior to my mom getting here last week and me deciding not to record because my mom was here and I basically did squat, I made sure I was at the beading portion because That's what I had promised the podcast, so I'm promising the podcast, as I promised previously, that I will finish this and cast it off. It will not be blocked. Let's not count our chickens. There will be no ends woven in. I will have cast off. That's all I'm giving you by next week. 12 rows. I think I can do it. I can do about 2 rows of sitting, but once I do a beaded row, I'm just like, I need to walk away. So, that's why there's a lot of spinning done this week. However, 12 rows and I'm done. And I do have to say, I'm enjoying the signatures. I'm enjoying the point on the signature. I'm enjoying the cable on the signature. And while the price point is insane, and I probably wouldn't buy a signature except for the fact that it's my wedding shawl, and quite frankly, I was like, I can do whatever I want. Signatures are worth the money if you're doing a lot of lace. I don't know about other knitting, if you require such a strong tip, or such a pointy tip. If you're a really pointy person, or maybe knit really tightly, it could be of some interest to you. Having said that, for this kind of lace work, for a Susan Pandorf In Dreams Mystery Shawl lace on 3.25 millimeter needles, US 3, signatures make all the difference. Oh, not knit them on Chiagus, because I've discovered that I don't like the cable. Don't mind the Hayek cable. I don't mind. I love the signature cable. I don't mind the Knit Picks cable. I need to try the Knitter's Pride carbons.
Yeah, we were mentioning that. Neither of us
There's
have tried
a really
those
long
yet.
staple length on that.
Mm-hmm.
FYI.
It's awesome. But it's a secret.
Yeah. That's everything I'm working on. Spinning. I'll go first, because Becca's spinning. I'll let her stop at a logical point. I did some spinning, as I said. I spun Maleficent from No Makers. It's a 40% superwash merino, 40% merino, 20% silk. I got 344 yards. It was a gift from a marvelous viewer who is a very marvelous human being and is just marvelous. And if I say marvelous one more time, someone can hit me.
I suppose that would be me, since I'm the only one in the room. But I'm not going to hit you, so don't get your hopes up.
Well, Bebop might. He might.
With his tail.
Let's not put it past him. I have started shaving his head.
That's true.
So, it turned out quite nice. He might have crawled out when we had our issue.
Yeah, I think he did.
It is everywhere from a fingering, like that one's almost a lace weight, to a sport weight. But it's the 4th thing I've spun on my wheel. So really, I'm considering it a win. I think once I actually set the twist and give it a thwack, when all's said and done, it's going to be a heavy fingering / sport weight, I believe. But the colors are awesome. Now it does look barber pole-y, and it is in some spots, but it meets up in some spots too. I spun it kind of like a gradient, because she mirror dyes, it seems. So I just split the roving in half, except one half had a little bit of green on the end, and half had a little bit of green on the end, so it went. So there's barber pulling. Needless to say, it's gorgeous and soft. 344 yards. It might need to be a shawl or something.
It is really, really soft.
I needed backup on the softness quotient.
Squeeze.
Smeesh, smeesh. I have to set the twist on a few other things, too.
Yeah, I tend to put it off, though I can't with this.
I put it off until I have like 3 or 4 things, because I like to conserve my soak.
Yeah, same.
Although I got free soak when I was at Stephen B.
Oh, nice.
They're like, you're celebrating your birthday and you're getting married. Oh! Here, have a packet of free soak.
Presents.
And this is what I'll be spinning next, which is wool gatherings in 75% biffle, 25% tussa silk. And it is pretty.
It is also really soft.
And Becca would like to eat it.
It looks like berries.
Okay, what did you spin?
Okay, so now that it's actually like done and everything, I can show you a little better than I did in the previous take. But this is what I literally just finished. This is a merino camel blend of fiber. I got it on a D-stash from Susan Pandorf, so I don't know where it's from. Other than that, all I know is that the colorway name is Storm Petrol. Feel okay?
Yeah, it feels
Okay. And I did a true 3-ply, and it is about a heavy fingering. Let me get a strand here so you can kind of see.
Katie, Heather.
Heavy fingering. I say it too. Yeah, so I got 336 yards? Something like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought it was 63.
63, maybe.
Yes, because you had more than mine, because I had 344.
So might still have my calculator open. Yes. 300, no, it was 336.
Okay. I thought you had more than me.
Nope. But it's not all of the 4 ounces because I have extra. Because I did a true 3-ply instead of doing a Navajo ply. So.
And it's so soft.
It's really soft. It's my sister's birthday present. Her birthday is tomorrow. But we're not getting together until Saturday, which means I don't have to have it soaked and everything until then.
You can see a bit of a halo here.
It's really fuzzy because of the camel, and also because I spun it long draw. I like spinning long draw.
Now, whenever I think of halos, I think it's either going to be itchy, like a mohair, or rustic, because I get hives from mohair.
Right.
But if it's not mohair, then I assume it's going to be rustic. Or have a bit of alpaca for softness. I do not assume a halo like that to be so freaking soft. The stuff is
really soft. I would say that is my biggest strength with spinning, honestly. Like, my spinning is almost always crazy soft. I think it's just because I'm impatient, so I underspin. But then I overply because I like the look of a tight ply, which tends to mean it's really soft.
I worry about underspinning. I'm like one of those people. Although I think now that I don't have a bobbin lead wheel, it'll be easier for me to spin less because the bobbin leads, if you do not overspin, you are not getting it thin.
Yes.
And not that I overspin a lot because when I ply, it usually pulls it out a bit, but yeah. On the Louette, it was a little harder. And the Nautilus and I might sell that wheel. If anyone needs a fairy tale wheel in the Minneapolis area, I might be selling it. But I have to talk to my mom first.
Yeah, so that yarn is literally all I've done because I got sick. So
she was sick. She had the plague.
I had the plague. It was fun. It was not fun at all. I slept a lot.
But it was fun. She is being totally sarcastic.
Yes.
I got a bunch of books, but I'm not going to tell you about them. I'm just going to show you that I got a bunch of books. Because I've got other things to show you that are quite much more entertaining, but...
Pile of books. Book pile.
Hey, when you get free shipping, and quite frankly, the fleece and fiber, which is $35 in the US, is $70 in Canada.
Jeez.
So there are reasons I don't have these books, and most of them have to do with either shipping or just price alone, because hardcover books are going to be like twice the amount.
That's ridiculous.
This is $27.50 US. This is easily a $40 book in Canada, and it's the Spinner's Book of Yarn Design.
Oh yeah, I wanted to look through that one.
Well, feel free. I saw the Partner in Crime's Moms, and after I looked through it, I was like, I need that. I am froggy. I'm sorry, I wasn't froggy the first time.
Too much talking.
Just a smidge. I got the intentional spinner, which I've never had. But it was far cheaper on Amazon. I know it was because they covered over the price tag. They do that when it's, significantly cheaper. But I'm just really looking forward to reading it.
Yeah.
Because
good things about that.
I'm getting a Spinnin' Jones on here, if you haven't noticed, because of the new wheel. And
for some reason, I always spin more in spring and summer.
I do too, because I don't like having all the heavy wool in my hands, and my hands get sweaty. And then when I'm knitting socks, they do.
Yeah.
So I do tend to spin more.
Yeah.
I got, after seeing it on the Knit Girls and the Fast Girl Speaks, I got Knit to Flatter by Amy Herzog, which I did not pay the full price for. I know Kelly of Sheep Dreamery did not find it useful. I know the review that Amy Beth gave it was based more off the Craftsy class, and I have read through some parts of it, so I know that there are differences. But quite frankly, I do find a lot of it beneficial. I like the simplistic designs that are in it, and I like the fact that she tells you how you can modify a shit. Because I have a gut. I am not overly... According to this, I'm proportional. Because if you look at me straight on, my shoulders and my hips are pretty much the same. I don't go in. There's none of this. You know why? Because I'm a fat kid and I've got a gut. Whoop-de-doo.
I'm what's known as apple-shaped. So I actually just go like this. Or at least I used to. Not so much anymore. But
I always thought it was a pear, but I guess I'm... see, I don't have big bosom. So it's lower half, but it's like people mistake me for being pregnant occasionally. So
yeah, I get that.
Having said that, now that we've discussed all of our less yummy body parts, but let's be honest here, because you know what? I'm not ashamed that I have a gut. I know I have a gut. I would like to decrease the gut, but quite frankly, I like food too much. So there's a middleman there that has to be met. Knowing all that. But in the meantime, that doesn't mean I can't fit to flatter myself. And quite frankly, no matter what I do, I am always going to have a gut. I am always going to have wicked shoulders. I could be a linebacker. That is never going to go away. I have childbearing hips. And while no children are launching forth from them...
Launching.
I have not pinched the crotch fruit. Nor will I. That's a decision to be made further down the line when, like, you know, we're old and have a house. But... So I have shoulders and I have hips. And I will always have, like, some sort of paunch thing going on here. Which is fine. I have a small rack. It's a humble rack for my gut. I'm talking way too much about this now. But there are tricks in here. And I know that Kelly was a little unimpressed that it did not have her body type. It does have only 3 or 4 body types in here. But there are hacks on things that if you read through it, you will find relevant information on things like, if you have a gut, you should do this. And this, and this. Are your breasts really big? Do this, and this, and this. That would work for you, not me. Do you have big hips? Do this, do this, do this. So, and then they've got patterns geared towards it. And she does say you can knit whatever the heck you want out of here. You don't actually have to follow the rules. I like that too. So, there is a sweater in here that I want to make right away. And there's stuff that I know that even though she's saying, it would look good on you, I'm like, that would look atrocious on me. Because I know that cut sucks on my body.
Mm-hmm.
Like, one of the things recommended for... Whatever. I'm going too long into this and I didn't pre-find what I needed. Okay. It's just in other figure features. What do they say this is? Knitters with curves. It's the enrobed wrap. I got curves, okay? I got banging curves. Not even gonna lie to you. Pretty banging. But that cut, that jacket, horrible on me. It makes me look pregnant. It's like, it's okay if you got booby and you got hippie, but you better not have a gutty, because otherwise you're gonna look pregnant. Well, at least I do. And quite frankly, those shoulders would be horrible on me. Having said that, she does have a lot of modifications here. She tells you exactly what you need to do to it. Her models are frigging adorable. I really do love the models.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the one I really like? And she's got them all standing in, like, white tops. And I was like, where's your fat kid? And she's like, this person has a little bit of extra girth in her tummy. I'm like, that is not extra girth. I want some overweight bizzles up in there. But then I think back to Little Red in the City, and I really did not like what Isolde did with that. So, little side rant. This one I love. This one I may have to knit. In fact, I know I will knit this one because I love it. I love it so much. It is the squared cardigan. Which body style is it recommended for? It's recommended for proportional. How much yardage does it take? What does it knit out of? 22 stitches. Damn. I can't use my Tosh for that. But I want to knit it, and it does have proportional figures with large busts, curvaceousness. The waist is stockinette for waist and bust shaping. So I could fit in a little extra tummy room if I needed to. And she does that with everything. Okay, so here. Just for my own clarifications for you, here are some of her models. This one apparently has a tummy. Can you see her tummy? If I had that tummy, dude, I'd be rocking a bikini. Okay, I wouldn't be rocking a bikini. We had that discussion earlier, but I would be svelte. I would be skin tight, baby, all night. That would be me. I just quoted the Donnas. If you don't remember them, then I'm sorry. But no, seriously, where's her stomach? She got bust and she got booty, but are you talking about that little? That is not. That is, I ate too much of a lunch. That's. My gut were that big, I would be doing handstands. Just saying. That is my only complaint for the book. I want a fat kid. And I don't get one, so...
That's almost always the case, though.
I have to grow up. Well, and I didn't like Isolde. And then I got a book I'm not talking about. Which has been very helpful. I did get some stash enhancement because I talked about Sheep Dreamery. Kelly, who has a podcast and an Etsy store. Hey, Kelly, look. This is all churro. She sent me some Navajo churro that she had dyed. You may have seen it on our podcast. You can go back a few episodes if you want. And I offered to drum card it for her. And she sent some stuff for me to blend. She sent some Highland handmaids and some, like, non-colored stuff. And so I basically took it and I opened it up. And it's got really easy draftability now. It is very soft and halo-y. Yes. That also preempts the entire conversation I had about how Heather's bats are awesome and I was coming for her. Heather, your bats are awesome and I'm coming for you. And I will probably pick up bats for Becca.
And in the min, right?
Or SSK.
Oh yeah, she's going to be a both. That's awesome. And you're going to be a both, which is extra awesome. I'm not going to be any of it. Which isn't awesome.
I bring you presents.
That would be pretty awesome. It would make up for the lack of awesome.
Make up for the lack of awesome by bringing presents, which are awesome!
Woo, presents!
I'm a good friend like that. I bring souvenir yarn because, let's face it, you don't need a t-shirt. My friend went to a Nashville yarn fiber retreat and all she brought me back was this t-shirt.
Oh, actually, now that I think about it, I am going someplace where I might bring you a present from. There's a yarn store in Ely now. That's where we're going for our anniversary trip next month.
Oh, nice.
So maybe I will pick you up something.
Oh, yay. SSK is in July. And I am, like, getting my bank account stuff in the mail this week.
Sweet.
Which is going to be awesome because then I will actually have money and the ability to, finish sending the money. So, as soon as I get that, I'm turning around and paying all my SSK fees and stuff. But Kelly also sent me 2 scans of yarn. Which I thought was a little excessive until I started carding this year. Because it took me a day to do all of that one, and I've got the equivalent in a pink. It's really, it's not hard and it's fun and blah, 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 but still. I got yarn.
A lot of work.
So I got the Sadie's Dirty Jeans, my colorway, on the Arundel base, which is Arundel. 100% fine superwash 3-ply merino wool, 490 yards and 100 grams. It's just different shades of blue. The darkness is not showing up on it.
The darkness?
It's
like,
darker.
I believe in a thing called love.
Just listen to the rhythm of a hop. Have you seen the video for that where they fight monsters with guitar?
I love it. I love the darkness so much. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm the only person you could probably get away with making that reference and never break out in song. And this is Eleanor on her Allure base, which is 80% superwash, ultrafine merino, 10% cashmere, 10% nylon, 383 yards per 100 gram, and it's a nice purple. They'd make a good shawl if I doubled them.
Yeah,
like a daybreak, or I've done too many daybreaks. I probably would chop my head off if I did that.
Something stripy though, or combined.
I do like 2 colors.
The one with the buttons.
Catkin?
Catkin.
No.
You made one of those? I really want to make one of those.
I tried to.
Oh.
And I failed miserably and I stopped.
No.
But the cast on was just too complex for what I was doing at the time.
Right.
And my brain at the time. And then I tried to do it again and that didn't happen. But I do want to make it and I do have it and I will make it. Maybe we should knit along that.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Because then we can be each other's motivation, and when I get horribly hooped up, I can be like, Becca! Becca! And I don't know why, but yeah, okay. No one's texted me, which is good. My mother was here. My mother's awesome. My mother actually has a finished object. It's sitting in the living room, which the partner in crime is no longer sitting gaming in. I could have brought it in, but I'm lazy now. It's a gorgeous scrap blanket. She crocheted it.
I'll have to look at it after we're done.
She used some of the yarn I'm using for my aunt's epic insanity cable blanket.
Nice.
Because she's like, do you have spare yarn that's like washable? And so I gave her a bag of that in the mixed colors, and then I gave her like random worsted weights, like Vanna's Choice that I had laying around. And unwittingly, she color wheeled it. So it's like one of the beige, like a block of the beige, a block of the white, like the Tweety white and the Tweety beige, and then red, and then a block, and then there's no yellow, but there's green, orange. So it's like half of the color wheel on this side, half of the color wheel on this side. It's perfect. It's like a mood blanket. So it's like,
that's amazing. If
I'm feeling, orange and green and vibrant, that side. If I'm feeling blue and purple and blue, I'm on that side. Or I can just wrap myself in a color wheel and be a colored rainbow. It's like the homo rainbow, but it's not. It'd be okay if it was, but it isn't. Feel the need to make that known, considering in high school everyone thought I was a lesbian. It's probably good when you're in high school. The pickings were not that great anyway. So she was here, and she decided that since I'm getting married on my birthday, I needed my birthday present now. And we went to Stephen B., which is a local yarn store. I met the owner. He's very nice. I got a free packet of soak. But she bought me 6 skeins of Tosh Vintage in the Whiskey Barrel colorway.
So squishy.
Which, I've never knit with Tosh Vintage.
It's really nice.
I like it. But it's different shades of blacks and browns. Like, if I hold it back here, it picks it up a little better than if I go here.
Yeah.
Because that looks more chocolatey, and it is not chocolatey. I would have not picked it, but it works well with me.
Yeah, it does.
It's tonal, and it's gorgeous, and it's yummy, and I need to knit something from it. I have 6 skeins, so I have 1,200 yards, which means I either have to knit something with short sleeves, or I have to get another skein, because I'm usually a 7 skeiner, but they only had 6 skeins. And I was like, I'll do that. I'm fine with that.
You could do something with, like,
the Lamb's Lace Cardi.
That would work.
I've seen.
I don't know that one.
Annette from Gentle Ribbing and Soft Like Kittens did one. She modded it, though, because she's a pear bottom.
Oh, yes.
So she added in some stuff. I trust her pear bottom. So, hold on, I'll bring it up.
I am the opposite of a pear bottom. I have no bottom.
I got booty. I got booty to spare.
I had some, and then I started doing, like, the exercise bike and stuff, and it was like, nope, no more butt, but all your gut's still there, and I was like, oh.
See, I get... and I typed lame and hit search. I did not mean that. I meant lamb, not lame.
Lame.
Apparently someone made a skirt named lame. I would knit that and call it lame. The lame skirt.
The lame skirt.
I was saying something, and then I completely forgot. You were saying something, but I could not live without my butt. I just couldn't.
Oh, yeah, butts. Well, eventually I'm assuming
That's the
I'll
cardigan?
become more proportional. Oh, that's really cute.
So this is the cardigan I'm thinking about doing because I do have enough, and it
That
does
would be
call
super
for the
cute,
same
and it would go with a lot of stuff.
weight.
You could wear it.
And I do have a fair amount of long sleeves that I'm cutting the turtlenecks off of.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of high neck shirts.
I'm not, but when I worked at a school and I
about
worked
as
for the
high as I can
government,
stand.
this had to be covered. So
yeah.
Because even the button-ups would like show this part.
Right.
So I was...
Yeah, it does go up pretty high there.
Small children cannot see tattoos. So be it. That's how Canada is. You can't have a tattoo and be a teacher.
Weird.
They're changing slowly, but at that point it was like...
My sister has a tattoo and she's a teacher, but her tattoo's like here and it's that big.
You have to be able to cover them. Like, you can have them, but you have to be able to cover them.
So I don't know if it's actually an issue or not, because hers is always covered.
That's what I'm thinking about. If anyone wants to knit that along, they're fine too. Or if you want to knit the knit to flow. I don't know. I need knit alongs to keep my butt going, and Dawn finished her color afflection. Inflection. And lastly, for the week of stash enhancement, was Katie was here from Knitting on the Fly. And if you saw Plurk, she plurked a picture of us, and I looked smashing in that picture. So Katie, send me the picture, because I look hot. I may need to change it to like a Ravatar or something, because I looked good in that picture. I don't know why, but it took no chin, and the sun was hitting me right. And
good angle.
Yeah, gorgeous angle. Anywho, she brought me a project bag.
It's super cute.
Look at the whales!
Whales!
Whale of a tail. It's a whale of a tail. She said she saw it, and it had to be mine. I'm not sure if she made it or if she bought it. But either way, I freaking love it. I love it. I love it so. And she got me elastic. She didn't know what I'd use it for, but she said I needed it, and she's right, because it's got Maleficent on it. It says Bad Girl, and I will think of something to use elastic for. It's 1 yard. I could make a bandana. Bad girl, bad girl. Okay, that's enough of that. Let's just stop while I'm ahead. And the Fat Squirrel Speaks is doing a orange knit along in the month of May. And because I only have 12 rows of the shawl, I'm going to need something, and I'm going to need instant gratification knitting. So I decided to be a totally evil human being. And this is where it cut out last time. So checking. No, we're cool. We're cool. We're good. We're good.
Yeah, hopefully it's not just the brightness of the colors that shut it down.
Yes, this could burn out anyone's retinas. I am using this for her orange knit along. I have 2 skeins of either. It is popcorn. It's 100% corn fiber, which feels like a cotton. It is a soft, light fiber. I have no idea what possessed me to buy these. I was going to knit the Batiko for myself. I bought 2 skeins of either one. They were on 70% off, so like I paid like $3, not $8.95.
I remember you showing that, actually.
Yes, I showed it like in like the first couple episodes of the podcast because I was going to knit a Batiko out of it. I don't. Why? Why? What? Yarn fumes. I was hit by yarn. I fell on my head. There has to be a reason. Maybe it was like the dead of winter.
That could be.
Because in the dead of winter, you will go for this.
Yep.
But now I'm thinking summery and sprightly, and I have 4 skeins, and I want it out of my stash. So, you're going to need this pattern too, aren't you?
Yes. Probably. Unless I decide to knit her a stuffed animal instead.
See, I will do anything not to knit a stuffed animal.
I quite like doing them, but we've discussed this before.
Yes. You don't mind. I do. I am going to make 2 of these. The Chloe by Alana Dakos. Dakos? It is a child's stripy cardigan. Pardon the glare. I'm sorry. You stripe it yourself. It's got 2 little buttons. And it's got a little ruffle. So I will be striping these and making them for my 2 nieces. Because, well, one of them is dark like everyone else. By everyone else, I mean my mother, me, and my brother. My sister-in-law is a bit dark, but not as dark. Like, we're brown. She is not. But my youngest niece is dark hair, dark skin, dark eyes. She's got a very olive complexion.
Mm-hmm.
And she is, like, a perfect little human being. She's like Thumbelina, because she's smaller than, like, she's at the lowest percent of her percentile.
Wow.
Like, she is, like, really tiny, but my brother is 5'6", and his wife is 5 foot.
Yeah.
So between the two, they are tiny people. They are breeding tiny people.
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense.
That's why my husband's 5'2". His parents are both tiny.
And so, Zibby, who is the smaller one who's going to get one of these, she's really tiny. And Imi, her sister, who is her sister, apparently was in the other end of the gene pool because she is like pale, ghostly complexion, blonde hair, like white blonde hair almost, and blue eyes. They're gorgeous. They're gorgeous. But it's like, oh. We call them salt and pepper children. And that happened to my other brother too. His oldest, not his youngest, is dark hair, dark skin, dark eyes, and then their baby boy, the younger one, blonde-haired, blue-eyed, white as snow. So whenever you have all four of them together, people assume that the two dark girls are siblings and the two blonde ones are siblings, and it's never true. Although my oldest niece has been confused for my child before, and that kind of creeps me out. Just saying.
My sister and I don't really look like siblings. It's actually kind of funny because if my sister and I are just us two together, no one assumes we're siblings. Ever. Because she's very blonde and thin and has blue eyes. I kind of have blue eyes, but they have a lot of colors in them. And we don't have the same bone structure. We don't look like siblings. My brother is the bridging the gap guy. Because if we're all three together, we look like siblings. Because he looks like both of us.
He's the mix and matcher.
He's the mix and matcher. Yeah, because it's really funny. He ended up just...
My family is very similar.
He's got the... Yep.
Because me and my oldest brother, we're spot on alike. Because we both look exactly like my mother. Like my sister-in-law who married that brother once had a picture of him when he was in elementary school, and she thought it was my mother. She's like, how old's your mom here? And he was like, I was in grade blah, blah, blah. Like, he looks like my mom. I look like my mom. I'm like the pudgy version of my mother. Let's not insult her and call her fat. She's a tiny woman. She is petite. She is 5 foot. She is very tiny. She is wee. Apparently, I took after the sperm donor side of the family. But, if I'm with my middle brother, I have been accused of being his girlfriend. But if all three of us are together, for some reason you can tell he's related to us.
Yep.
But he's like the super tall one with light hair.
Yeah, my brother and I both have brown hair. Like, this isn't my natural color, obviously, but it's fairly close. We both have brown hair, and the same basic color eyes are like blue-grayish, and he's also thinner, but he tends to put on weight a little more than my sister does. And yeah, for some reason, he looks enough like my sister that people can tell we're all siblings.
What about the beard? I don't think I could tell he looks like anyone with a beard.
It is at
the top half of his face looks like you.
At the moment, his beard is particularly majestic because normally he trims.
It's a Duck Dynasty beard right now.
He has not been trimming, so it's like at least that long. It's intense. Whereas my husband decided during Movember that he liked the Van Dyke style that he had going. So
is that what a Van Dyke is?
Mm-hmm.
I thought the Van Dyke was like full down.
Nope, because they can't touch. With a Van Dyke, it's a mustache and a separate beard. It can be as much of your chin, but it can't be touching the mustache. That's a goatee if it touches.
Yeah, if it's all muted.
But a Van Dyke is mustache, beard, and he's just got a strip.
I call that the V for Vendetta.
Yeah. Well, we found a picture of
Trent Reznor?
Aragorn. What's Aragorn's, the actor?
Viggo Mortensen?
Viggo Mortensen, where he had a Van Dyke and it looked really good, and my husband was like, I want to look like that. Because with Movember, you can't have a beard touching your mustache. And then he liked it so much that he ended up keeping it, because it goes with his fedora.
I don't allow mustaches. I'm sorry, it's a level of creep I can't handle.
I would not
I want
be okay
full
with
beard,
it.
I want goatee.
I would not be okay with it if he didn't have the beard.
Yeah, I need the beard.
And that's why I talked him into the Van Dyke.
Ah.
Because he was just going to have a mustache. And I was like, honey, how about this? And I think it looks really good. So,
luckily, partner in crime has to shave. But the reason I'm showing you orange things is because it's in my project bag from Katie. It's all ready to go. I have the yarn, I have the needles, I have the pattern on my iPad. I just want to knit it now. But I can't, because the cast on is May 1st. And I blame the fat squirrel. However, having said that, I will probably either spin or knit on my shawl until May 1st.
Yeah. It's only 12 rows.
Because that's who I am. And now to our music. Holy crap, we're actually going to end the show.
Then suddenly the laptop turns off. Oh, not again.
No, don't say that. It's cool-ish. It's a lot cooler than it was. So our music this week, if you are easily offended, don't bother. However, if you are not and you enjoyed last week's selection, it's a musical. I got the CD from the Partner in Crime for an early birthday present. It is Avenue Q.
It is hilarious.
It's hysterical. If you haven't seen The Internet is for Porn, you're missing out.
It helps if you know anything about Rent, because it is kind of a parody.
It is a bit of a Rent parody, and there's also a song called What Can I Do with a BA in English?
It's wonderful. My sister loves that song because she has a BA in English.
I find it funny that there's a song called My Girlfriend's from Canada.
Oh, yes.
Her name's Alberta.
Her name is Alberta. She lives in Vancouver.
Yeah.
Her name is Alberta. She lives in Vancouver.
Okay, that's humorous to me, and I would say it's similar to The Partner in Crime and Us. I was like, that's shockingly apt until I read the lyrics, and then I was like, I don't think I'll say that on the podcast, but I just did. It is not shockingly apt. We're very boring individuals, at least. Yeah, but you know what? If you're easily offended, you're not going to look at it anyway. The Internet is for Porn is probably the most humorous thing that's been around for a while.
And you've probably heard a reference to it if you've been on the internet.
If you've seen a meme.
Mm-hmm. That's what it's from. It's from the musical Avenue Q, and it's hilarious.
It is. I'll link some stuff in the show notes, as I always do. I will link all of my show notes. You have Spitting. Are you going to upload a picture?
Yeah, as soon as this is soaked and it has been given to my sister, I will post a picture. So not until after next weekend, but there will be a picture.
So I will not link to Becca's stuff because I can't.
Next week, maybe.
And you didn't put anything you talked about last time up, so I just linked to the patterns on that. Doesn't really matter. Anywho, it's pretty. And you can go to Beeka, Beeca, on Ravelry and check out her handspuns, and I'm sure it will be in there in about 2 weeks.
I have a lot of handspuns.
She does.
Ravelry. I do a lot of spinning.
I'm getting better at it because I joined 13 and 13.
Uh-huh.
And completely twisted and arbitrary.
Oh, yeah.
And if I had the money, I would totally have gotten the spunky. But that's beside the point. I'm busy, and I'm knitting the wedding shawl, and it has to be finished. But it'll be finished by next recording. Not blocked, not sewn in, but it will be cast off. That's my promise to you.
You can do it.
12 rows. I can.
I believe in you.
1 week. Power to the people. So, power to the people. I'm sorry, that was a very bad Lennon thing going on there. I'm Blue Ruin on Ravelry. We shoot stars on Plurk. Please leave a star rating or an iTunes review, or hey, if you're gonna be mean, don't.
Yep, that's pretty much.
Really don't care if you're going to be mean. And I don't check them that often. I really should, but I really don't. Because I used to have, like, when I was in Canada, I'd switch it to the US and the UK, and then I just got sick and tired of it, and then I'd try to buy something, and it's like, you can't buy anything from the UK shop, and I'm like, what? So, yeah, I just stopped. Come join the Arnivorous group, and do leave your favorite moments, as Becca is a lot of yours, as is Petrie, but she's not in here because she's found a nice spot of warmth to sleep in. And can you blame her? That's right, it's a TARDIS transforming into a Transformer.
It's true.
It's from Loot Crate.
Mm-hmm. LootCrate.com.
Which we support because we're geeks.
It's amazing, I love it.
Honey's playing Borderlands 2. I've actually played Borderlands 2 with him. He got me a controller.
That's awesome. It's a super great game.
I suck so hard!
I don't like playing first-person shooters on consoles. I'm really bad at it. I like mouse and keyboard better.
I'm really bad at it, but I think I'd be bad at mouse and keyboard too, just because I'm not used to first-person shooters. However, we are now at like 2 minutes to an hour, so...
Oh, jeez. We thought it would be faster second time through.
It was, until I started talking about books. They weren't in the first one, so you get a little extra this week.
Yay!
We love you guys. I will see you next week, and...
I probably won't, because my weekend is pretty busy next week.
Yeah, she's got a life.
Well, I've got a garden. That's the problem.
Anywho, I will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye!